A very good morning to all our viewers from all over the world, wherever you might be. Welcome to Live at the Waterhole with myself, Chad Hobson. I'm going to be your naturalist for the afternoon. What a beautiful start. Nice to be at Rosie's Pan in the Olifants Game Reserve in Kruger National Park. To beautiful elephant bulls. And just a reminder to everybody that this is a live and interactive show. So please do send through your questions and comments using the hashtag WildEarth on X. Or you can scan the QR code that's going to come up on screen. If you would like to, you can also join the conversation on our YouTube channel. And if you would like to, you can download the WildEarth app on any of the app stores. Seems like that bigger elephant bull just pushed the younger one to the side, just saying, I'm bigger and stronger than you are. And you might even find that these elephant bulls, they spend time together. I mean, elephant bulls, they'll often... Oh, there's a nice, beautiful, big elephant. That happens now. And see how much bigger this elephant that just arrived is compared to the other three. Apologies, we seem to have lost Rosie's Pan. And we've crossed now to Tembe Elephant Park, northern KwaZulu-Natal. And I was saying there that those 4 elephants, they definitely from different herds. And so what you'll find is that elephants will get kicked out of their herd at around about 18 years old or so, when their testosterone starts to run rampant in their body, and they start to cause a little havoc. And then you'll often find that they'll be nomadic, so they'll spend time by themselves. And sometimes they do find other elephant bulls, and then they'll spend time together. And they might then leave that herd, come back again. And then only once they start to... Oh, how did that Inyala run so quickly? And what they'll do is they'll then come back into the herd only at around about 28 to 30 years old, when they start to get that heightened testosterone and must. Oh, there's lots of elephants here at Tembe Elephant Park. Picasso, you're asking which cat species is small enough not to upset an elephant. So, I mean, elephants, they get upset by leopards, lions, and cheetahs, so the three big cats. I mean, something small as like a African wildcat or a genet or something like that wouldn't upset them, but definitely the three bigger cats do upset them. It's always a beautiful spot to be here at Tembe Elephant Park, and lots of elephants often come to and from this waterhole. Very productive area. See those two young elephant bulls at the back there, really are having a good time. Always the young elephants are pushing and shoving one another around, trying to sort of assert a little bit of dominance. Does seem like it is quite a hot day up in KwaZulu-Natal. I can imagine that the temperatures are probably in the high 20s, even though it is middle of winter. Temperatures up in Zululand do get very high. You see these elephants coming down to the water and water on themselves, trying to cool themselves down. It's always beautiful to see these elephants up in Zululand. The Tusker gene is definitely all around up in Tembe Elephant Park. You'll find a lot of the elephants up in that area do have very long tusks. A lot of them will have the tusk in them. And I think in some years, there's definitely going to be some big elephant bulls that are around. Oh, I just saw it was very, very quick, but there was a bird that flew across the excuse me, flew across the screen. All I saw was red, the red underwing. It was definitely a purple crested Tarocco flew there. They've got that beautiful red pigment their wings. It is also quite strange. I mean, here at Timmy on this feed, we often see elephant bulls coming down, very similar to Aldonyu. I mean, since I've been doing live at the water, I haven't actually seen a herd come down to Tembe Elephant Park, the waterhole here, or to on you. Beautiful, majestic animals. There's another beautiful big elephant bull coming down. I think those might be the elephants that have been having a little tussle between each other for the last 10 minutes or so. And they also do stuff to practice or spar with one another. Because when they get a little bit older, they are going to fight bulls in order to go and mate with the female in the herd. Oh, it's lion. This me. Oh, how's I was wondering what are we zooming in on? What are we zooming in on? And there's two lionesses. How fantastic. And we had no idea they were there. Brilliant. It's just amazing how camouflage they can be. I mean, we've been here for probably the last 15 minutes or 10, 15 minutes. No idea that these lions were here. You can see that these lions have found a nice, perfect little shaded spot. They just rest in the heat of the day, but it's a perfect area for these lions to rest. I mean, a lot of slopes like Inyalas and Impalas and things like that will come down to the water to have their mid-morning drink. So it might be a good hunting opportunity for them. So I'm sure that these lions are either looking at the elephants that are drinking, but I think there's also a herd of Inyalas that came down to the water to have a drink. That's maybe why they've got their heads up. They're saying, yay, Tawny Tuesday. The lions have showed up for us. You know, that's two cats in 2 days. Because yesterday we had the 3 cheetah at Old. Now we've got 2 lionesses. Oh, fantastic. Quite incredible how you spot these 2 lionesses. Just zooming in to then go to the big elephant that was having a drink. See, I mean, lions, they will often sleep for 18 or 20 hours a day, but they are always alert. I mean, they might be sleeping but their ears are always moving and they always know what's happening around them. And these two now do have their heads up. So they're looking at something. Even when they put it down, they will still be at what's happening around. This could get a little bit interesting. Oh, never mind. Lions will often do that. They often will start yawning and grooming. Everybody thinks, okay, this is the time that they're going to get up. And then the lions get up and they move a meter and then they go straight back to bed. Sandy Franklin, 6'9", you're saying yesterday cheetahs and today lions, you're on a roll? I am indeed. It's been a fantastic welcome back to me with the lions and the cheetah. Couldn't have really asked for much more, to be honest. And previously, I think I had maybe 3 cat sightings, and now I've had 2 in 2 days. Cat fan, so you'll find that the lions are probably still some distance away from the elephants, but if those elephants, if they started to move, say, towards these bushes, and then they pick up the scent of the lions, they definitely would be alarmed by them, and they'd most likely chase them off. But I mean, if the lions are not really in their way, they're sort of off to the side, then there's no point in rushing over to go and chase them away. But if they do pick up their scent, they might just go and investigate. So it could get interesting a little bit later on, but we'll definitely keep an eye out. They're literally copying one another exactly. What a fantastic start to the show it has been. Lots and lots of elephants, giraffes, now two lionesses here at Tembe Elephant Park in northern KwaZulu-Natal. Jason, so the general interactions between um, elephants and lions, generally what will happen is the elephants will chase the lions away. And the lions, they don't really want to get in the way of a massive 5-ton elephant. So you'll often find that they will run away from them. But you don't really, it's not often that you'll see the interactions between them. Generally, the lions will stay away. Actually, when I was at Juma, I saw lions chasing, oh sorry, elephants chasing lions right there at the dam camp. Telemati Proud was there, and there was a herd of elephants that came down to have a drink, and they chased them off. Quite a phenomenal sighting. It's always nice to see interactions. I mean, even to see interactions between wild dogs and hyenas or lions and hyenas, it's always a special thing. Quite phenomenal how we were able to spot those lions. And often it is the white underbellies that will give away the position of a lion, or even the flick of a tail. Sometimes you'll be driving and you'll just see the white, or you'll see that black tip of the tail flicking in the long grass, trying to get rid of any flies or insects that might be around. It has been a fantastic time here at Tembe Elephant Park with these lions. We'll definitely keep an eye out on them to see if they do maybe get up and move around. But for now, let's head over to Okaguyo and see what's happening. Welcome to Etosha National Park, where got a beautiful herd of elephants that's come down to drink, as well as some oryx. Seem like they want to have a nice bath. It's nice to see elephants coming down to drink this Okuyo, because I mean the first 3 or 4 that I was doing live at the waterhole didn't see anything here. But the thing is, there was lots of water around Russia, and now this is probably one of the only waterholes that still has water in it. So the elephants do have to move quite a distance in order to get water. It seems a large herd of elephants coming down to have a drink. To see lots of youngsters also. It's quite amazing how these elephants do feed on the smallest of little grasses and things. I mean, you can see now that these elephants, they are small little leaves and things like that in and amongst all these rocks around here. You can see there's not too much grass coverage at all. Japanese have the Okuguyo breeding elephant herd. Couldn't agree. It's amazing. Cats. Personally, I've never seen lions come to the hole, but I do know that there are lions that do come to, well, they are in Etosha. Nice to see lots and lots of young infants in and amongst the herd. Victoria is saying that it's nice to see this side of the waterhole. Normally we're just pointing at the water, so it is a nice little change of camera angle. Yeah, I think let's leave this herd of elephants here at Okuguyo. Let's head over to Tembi, see what those lions are up to. Oh, we're just a little bit late. Those lions had gotten up and they started to move. I was hoping that they were maybe going to come down to the water for a quick drink. Let's see, maybe they do make an appearance. Unfortunately, those lions do seem like they have disappeared on us. But let's head over to Old Donye and see what's been happening there. At least these giraffe today have the waterhole to themselves. Yesterday they waited for those 3 or 4 elephant bulls, probably about 45 minutes to an hour. They were just standing on the outskirts of the water, waiting. So let's head back to Tembe Elephant Park. Maybe the lions have reappeared. Apologies, oh, apologies. I read one of the comments wrong, and I thought the lions had made a reappearance at Tembe. But Lady Macbeth was saying that they are regular visitors, the lions here at Tembe. Apologies for that, everybody. I think let's head back to Old Donyu with those beautiful giraffes. Jabani is saying that you've seen giraffes hitting necks on safari, and that's very unsettling. It is it's a amazing thing to witness, that necking, when the giraffes go battle one another. I mean, it's amazing thing to witness, but it can be a little bit unsettling. They can get quite vicious when they do hit one another. Beautiful colors of the starlings. Mindy, you saying that giraffes drinking your favorite thing to see in the bush? It's a phenomenal thing to see in the bush. Is the giraffes drinking? It's just also because giraffes they're not very water dependent, so you don't find them drinking water very often. Just a reminder to everybody that this is a live and interactive show, so please do send through your questions and comments using the hashtag WildEarth on X. You can scan the QR code if you the WildEarth app, or you can join the conversation. Beautiful colors of that superb starling. Maybe that's a nice little snack for those two lionesses. That would be. And those zebras there. If only this was Tembe Elephant Park. I wonder where those cheetahs have gone. We saw yesterday. Sarah, so you've asked quite a interesting question. You're wondering about the dung beetles and what dung do dung beetles generally use. So there's all different types of dung beetles actually. So I mean, there's some dung beetles that will use bigger herbivores like elephants, buffalo, rhino, things like that. They'll roll their balls. But then there's also others that will use, excuse me, predators' dung. So lions, leopards, hyenas, things like that. There's some elephants. So I'm looking at the elephant dung on screen at the moment. There's some animals that will use also the small little droppings from impalas to. They won't actually roll a ball. They'll just move those little pellets into a hole and then go and lay the egg inside that dung ball. And so there's lots and lots of different dung beetles for different dungs. That's why you don't see sort of like a specific dung that's all around. They do a great job clearing it out. Moonbeamy Smith, you're asking mountain zebra. So these are the plains zebra. So the mountain zebras, they do look very similar, but there's a lot of difference with the stripes around the legs. The stripes wrap all the way around the legs. Also, the mountain zebra is a little bit smaller compared to the plain zebra. Also, their ears are a little bit bigger or longer, the mountain zebra. And the mountain zebra has a white stomach. If you just Google difference the mountain zebra and plain zebra, you can actually see there is quite a difference, but sometimes it is tough to distinguish. Back in Tembe Elephant Park. I love it when elephants rest their trunk on their tusks just like that. I mean, I can only imagine carrying around that trunk all day long can get quite heavy, I'm sure, the front of their face. So that's why they will sometimes just rest the trunk on their tusk, just to take that little bit of weight off. Yep, so you're asking if elephants vary in size due to their location. So, I mean, I would say yes and no. So, I mean, elephants, they generally will get to sort of a certain size just depending on genetics and things like that. But, I mean, the more food that is available to them, the more water that's available to them, the bigger they're going to be. So, I mean, if there's an area like, say, for instance, maybe Etosha or at Ukuguyo, those elephants might be a little bit smaller just because of the vegetation type that's up in that area. Whereas, say for instance, now at Tembe Elephant Park, where we are currently, the vegetation type is very, very dense, lots of trees around, so there's a lot of food available to the elephants. So I would say, to answer your question, I'd say yes. They're definitely, the size can vary. Oh, well, talking of Okubuyo, why don't we head back over there, see what's happening? And one elephant in the middle of the waterholes, really having the best time. I've also always thought to myself that elephants, I mean, it must be quite nice for them to go into the water and to feel weightless. And think about them carrying around 3 or 5 tons of mass all day, every day on their feet. To go in the water and to just take a little bit of weight off their feet must be pretty phenomenal for them. I think let's head over to Victoria Falls, where we do have some more elephants. So there are some more elephants. Seems like we had lots and lots of elephants this afternoon at the waterhole. But also fantastic to have seen those at Tembe Elephant Park as well. Maybe they'll come around, show themselves a little bit better. Catfish and rest in the trunk, love it. An Ellie fest. It is indeed an fest today, for sure. But you can never get enough of the elephants. incredible how wide it is around this here at Victoria Falls. You can see no grass. A lot of the trees are that yellowy, orange, red color. I'm sure all these animals can't wait for the first rains to come. It doesn't seem like elephants are going to come any closer. So why don't we head over to Rosie and see what's happening there? Joshua is saying that there are elephants everywhere. There are indeed. Today just seems like it's jam-packed with elephants. Wherever we go, there's elephants. We look left, we look right, there's elephants. We look up, we look down, there's elephants. How beautiful is that close-up of the elephant foot? Sweetie kid, I'm glad you are enjoying this. You're saying this is so peaceful. It's always nice and peaceful just to watch whatever there might be. Okay, so you're saying how large must a cat species be not to upset an elephant? So, I mean, the thing is, the bigger cat species, lions, leopards, and cheetah, they all upset the elephant. So anything smaller than that, I'm sure would be alright, like a civet or African wildcat, a genet, things like that. Tando, the elephants, they could be taking a nap. So often you'll find that elephants will rest while they are standing up. And when elephants are just standing there still too much, that can often be are just resting. And if they do sleep, you'll find that they'll go to a fallen over tree or even lean up against the dried up riverbed to have a nap. TK Matt, you're asking these elephants at Rosie's pan, are they listening and communicating? So, I mean, they might be listening to different sounds that it might be around. They could also be communicating. I mean, a lot of the time elephants will communicate with one another with rumbles. So those often we can hear. But then also they'll communicate to one another via vibrations in the ground. So, I mean, if you are sometimes with a herd of elephants, you're watching them feeding, all of a sudden the matriarch will make a, well, I mean, she'll sort of communicate to them via those vibrations in the ground, and all of a sudden the elephants will stop feeding and they'll just start walking in the exact same direction as all the other elephants, and it's quite something to witness. And just like that, the elephants disappear. But I think for now we're going to head back over to Ukuguyo, see what's happening. We're left with a couple of elephants here at the water. There's always the one or two that do spend a little bit more time at the water, and it's often the younger elephant bulls. They start to spend a little bit of time away from the herd because they know that their time is starting to come to an end, where they're going to be kicked out of the herd. Sweetie Kid, you're saying it is wonderful to see calm, happy animals. It is fantastic to see. I don't think this elephant could be any happier. See, what I was talking about a little bit earlier, that they just must be able to take a little bit of weight off their feet. I mean, even to be that high in the water, I'm sure it must be quite comfortable for these elephants. But why don't we head over to Tembe Elephant Park and see what's happening? Oh, we're back with our lions. So I wonder if maybe these lions did see something, or they heard something, caught their attention, and they got up and went to look and suss the situation out. It wasn't worth it, and then just came back. And to say nice kitty cat, it is a beautiful lioness for sure. Dylan, you lion encounters I've had. To be honest with you, Dylan, there's lots and lots of interesting lion encounters over my many years guiding in the bush. Um, just trying to think of which one I can tell you about. My personal favorite lion encounter was when I got to see a pride of lions take down a buffalo for the first time last year at Mala Mala Game Reserve in the Sabi Sands. That was pretty phenomenal. Um, I've seen a couple of interesting lion encounters where two brothers mating with the same lioness, which is quite incredible to watch. I've watched before lions fight porcupines, lion and leopard interactions before. One incredible story, I told it not too long ago. Um, Watching a pack of wild dogs and they took down a herd of impala, or they took, not down a herd, sorry, they took down uh, impala, and they were feeding it for about 10 minutes. Next thing, male leopard ran in and tried to steal the carcass. The wild dogs kept going at this leopard, and next thing, two male lions, the two black dam males, they ran in and stole the rest of that impala carcass. So I have had my fair share of pretty phenomenal lion sightings. This lioness on the left here looks, she's very interested in something. I think there might in fact be three lions. So I wonder if there is something maybe that's come down to the water. So maybe have a drink that lioness is staring at and licking her lips. Doesn't seem like there are two younger lionesses. I mean, just looking now at this one lioness on the left, if you look at her back legs, you can actually see that there's still quite a lot of spots on her legs and even on her tummy. That's an indication of a younger cat. As these lions will grow older, they'll then start to lose those spots. Maybe the rest of the pride is somewhere around here. I wonder how many people have been to this hide today and missed these lions sleeping on the other side. Yeah, well, there's that looks like an older lioness there. Their belly looks very, very full. So I wonder if they maybe have a carcass maybe somewhere around there. Oh, 4 lions. Oh, fantastic. Maybe they'll come down to the water to end off the show. Thanks, Jive Bunny. Saying lovely to have you, Chad, and your lucky socks. I've got my lucky socks on today. They're not my lucky sandals, but they will do. Just like that, they disappear. Let's see, maybe the rest of these lions will follow the pride. I'll just be able to follow the scent of where the other 3 lions have gone. Josh Brown, you're saying the kitties have awakened. They have indeed. We are coming up towards the end of the show. A couple of minutes left, so please do send through your last comments and questions before we do wrap it up for the afternoon. Warren, the elephants wouldn't have disappeared because of the lions. So, I mean, the elephants, they'll come down, they'll have a drink, and then they'll leave. Generally, the lions disappear because of the elephants. So you'll often find that elephants will chase lions. But I think the elephants came down to drink, they've had their drink, and now they're moving on. Because I've never seen a elephant kick at another elephant. I have seen the elephants use their feet to kick up sand, to throw on themselves, have a dust bath, or to dig. in order to get water in a riverbed, but I've never seen them kick one another. Bunny's saying that they've had the lions overnight. So I'm sure that they did maybe have a kill somewhere in here. Maybe like a nyala, big male nyala, something like that that they fed on. Now it might be finished, and they might be heading off. Let's head over to Juma for the last little bit of the show. One alarm call there from one of the impalas. And thanks everybody for a fantastic show. I hope everybody has a lovely Tuesday further. And I will see you tomorrow, same place, same time. But for now, it's a goodbye from me.